A family wedding video, the bride, the groom and all the guests. Nothing very striking, you might think, apart from the shot of this young man, a shot that could prove his innocence. Because this wedding took place on February the 1st, 2012, a day of violence at Port Said's football stadium between Al Ahly and Al Masry football fans that killed 74 people and injured over 1,000. Ibrahim Montesor, known as Monty, was arrested 9 days later. He told the police that he left the match at half-time, stopping for a haircut before heading to the wedding.
He sat in the middle chair. When we finished washing his hair, the second half kicked off. I was a bit unprofessional, cutting his hair while watching the match. Monty kept pushing me to hurry up. I finished his haircut by the end of the match.
The barber testified at his trial last year, but Ibrahim was sentenced to 10 years in prison. He is one of dozens of Al Masry fans now being retried or waiting for their appeals. His mother says she used to trust Egyptian justice, but not anymore.
I thought that there was justice in Egypt. I thought I was going to bring my son back home. There is no evidence against him. So how did they find him guilty? On what basis? We went with his lawyer to all the sessions. They didn't have any pictures of my son at the scene, not in the first or the second half.
There's an Egyptian phrase you hear a lot here in Port Said, Yanfi al-Habs Masalin, roughly translated, the prisons are full of innocent people. It's not a sentiment held by the Al Ahly ultra fan base in Cairo. They're threatening to take to the streets if any of the verdicts are overturned.
I think they will go crazy. Things will go crazy. And I don't think that with the current political situation that we can afford to restart the investigations in the current period. So I think the military or the army are much more smarter than opening one more issue at this time.
Fans from both sides believe the authorities had a hand in the violence by failing to keep them apart. This was payback for the Al Ahly fans' part in the 2011 revolution. The families of many of those found guilty say the pressure on the police to convict those at the match was just as political. Now they say it's time to investigate who was responsible and who was innocent. Sue Turton, Al Jazeera, Port Said.